It's so frustrating. I digress. I lost my way. I'm back. I think my eyes shut for too long then. So today I'm going to be doing a tulle tutu little baby skirt. People in the industry might call it something completely different. You know what it is? It's fine. They don't seem very difficult to do. Famous last words, meaning I will probably find it really difficult. I hope this is all making sense. Let's start with the first one. Let's start with the first one. You will still have all the fluffiness, and it is just as puffy. Because I knew that I wanted to make earrings. So today, the goal really, what I would like to do is do the little tarot card. Very, very cute.
Woke up late again, say my tea, no and sing noise.
Good morning everyone, how are you, how are we? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. If you're new here, I'm Victoria and I run 2 online shops from this studio here. One side is all things sewing and it's called Scrunchies and Bows, and the other side is all things witchy and it's called Kack-A-Ling Sisters. I record it all, put it all together in some sort of fashion to bring you some behind the scenes of what it's like to run 2 shops from here. Some vlogs you'll get witchy stuff, some vlogs you'll get sewing stuff, some vlogs you'll get a mixture of both, like last week and this week. So got some orders over the weekend, so I'm going to insert some clips of me packing them up here before we carry on with the rest of the vlog. So I've got an order at the weekend. I make hand fasting cords for Kack-A-Ling Sisters side, and I got an order for the weekend of one that I'd made and was for sale, but it is 5 foot, over 5 foot long. It's just so stunning, and what made me so happy about this order was this was one of the first things I made in this studio. Yeah, so that is what we're wrapping today. Well, I got an order on the Kack-A-Ling Sisters side and an order on the Scrunchies and Bows side, so we've got some orders to pack today. So we'll start with that. See if the cord will fit in here without it being wrecked. I want to be able to put in something so that they have a bit of a keepsake. So it's a hand fasting cord, so or like a hand fasting ceremony, which is very much like a wedding ceremony. Oh, you also need to be very careful with it because it's very delicate. Okay, fits in. Let's get packing. I'm just gonna make up one of these and see if it'll fit in. It does fit. Okay, let me go get the bow. Okay, so I've picked out 3. It's of the same thing, but I need to figure out what one's closest to what one she ordered. This is the thing, so you make them bows up and you can make them from one sheet, but it depends on what cut, and you can't photograph every single cut of the section if it's a pattern or something. So I'll try and get one as closest to it and see. Right. So I need to focus on Kack-A-Ling Sisters. Let me focus on that one first. And then we had an order for, don't even know if the colours come through, but as we all know, 3 ways are my favourite bows, so. Thank you. Forgive me if I look dishevelled, if I look terrible or sound terrible. My last client last week came into my salon really poorly. It honestly does not matter how many adverts, posts, notifications, or how many texts you send out to people and ask them not to come in when you are poorly. It does get ignored. A lot of people don't understand that when you're self-employed, you don't get paid sick pay, and if you ain't working, you ain't getting paid, and a lot of people don't understand that anyway. My lady, she is employed by somebody, so she gets sick pay. She was off sick, she came in, I put my mask on, I was very grumpy because it doesn't just affect me, it affects me and my wage, but it affects my whole household as well, and I just find it so frustrating because it's something that I personally wouldn't do if I was poorly. I would not then think that my hair was more important than the person doing my hair or the person doing my nails. I just wouldn't think that was, I just wouldn't go until I was better, but I digress. I lost my way, I'm back. So if I sound a bit funky or if I look a bit funky, I'm currently unwell, so I'm going to just try and push through and see where we go. I want to take a moment to thank everybody. I think my eyes shut for too long then. I want to take a moment to thank everyone on last week's video. Your comments were amazing and really lifted me up. Thank you so much. Thank you to the new people that are commenting. Thank you to the old people that are commenting. Thank you for the people that have been with me right from the start and have stayed through every phase and every ADHD moment as well. Thank you all so much. It was so uplifting to see and so uplifting to know that it's okay, I'm going forward and it's working. So today I'm going to be doing a TuTu little baby skirt. If you're not new here, you'll know I was lucky enough to get a whole reel of this tulle mesh, whatever you want to call it. You do you call it what you want to call it, it's fine. People in the industry might call it something completely different. You know what it is, it's fine. I was able to get this many moons ago before I even started my YouTube channel because I had a bride in and she was coming for a hair trial and she was so devastated. I think it was ripped her dress at the bottom or it got caught at the bottom, and I said, look, do you know what, I'll put something there and I'll fix it, I'll get you right, I'll sort you. So I went out and I was just looking for some material and this was in the thrift shop, so I picked it up, brought it back, fixed her dress. It's all been fine, but I've been left with it for so long now, so I'm going to repurpose it today, well, some of it. I'm probably gonna be really sad when I finally get to the end of this. A bolt, you call them a bolt. When they're like on this, they're called a bolt. So I'm gonna turn it into a little tulle little baby skirt with a ribbon on it. They don't seem very difficult to do. Famous last words, meaning I will probably find it really difficult. I have looked up many inspiration pictures. I've been wanting to do it for a little while now, and I find it really cute and adorable, and I just figured, you know what, let's give it a go, because if I can give it a go, it can go on Scrunchy Bow. So I have been looking it up and I've got all my inspo photos and stuff. There's one I really particularly would like, but then I have to go through laws. I'd like to do it with, you can do it and then it's got pom-poms inside, but because it's going to babies and kids, you've got to be careful with choking, and then a whole different law and regulation comes into when you're selling clothes, baby clothes. So I think I'm just going to stick with this for now. So I'm going to do a tulle dress, and I've got some of my inspo photos here. I have enough ribbon that I'm going to give this ribbon a go and try. If I'm honest with you, I'm not sure how much ribbon I'm going to need because everything's in yards and I've had to convert everything from yards to meters to inches. My brain doesn't work in meters, My brain doesn't work in yards. My brain doesn't work in centimeters. It only works in inches. And if you've been here a while, on my mat you would have seen that even on this newer one I do hand draw. I write, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but down here in normal writing is the inches, thicker writing inches, thicker writing inches. It was already had the inches on this one, had the inches on the bottom here too, but when I tipped it upside down, because the mat was getting worn, I wanted them. Anyway, I just don't work. I don't work in centimeters. Haven't even used that one yet. So I saw a saying the other day saying I don't get distracted, I just do side quests. That was just a side quest. So I'm going to give this a go. I need to take you into the kitchen, which is quite bad lighting. I'm going to take you in the kitchen. We're going to cut this tool to what I need, and then bring it in, and then we'll go from there. The majority of the ones I've seen, and maybe I'm going to put too much detail into it, but the majority of the ones I've seen, at the top is just an elastic encased in the tulle. But I'd like to cover that if I can. I don't know if my brain's going to allow for that today. And then I'm going to put a bow on it with the same ribbon that was on that's on the tulle too. I've gone with a peach because, I was going to say because it looks nice. It does look nice, thankfully, but it's the one I've got the most of. And this is going to end up being a lot. I think I need a length of 216 inches, which seems so big for me. It seems so much. So I'm going to do that. So it's basically 8 inches by 216 inches. But I can't do the inches on my table. So my brain works that way, but I need to now convert it back to a meter, because then I know how many meters and I can just keep doing that and cutting. I hope this is all making sense. Let's pop to the kitchen, let's go do what we're doing, and let's get back in here and see where we get to. So now I'm going to need to do myself a yard, which is a meter or just bigger than a meter, and do my meter in inches. So 1 meter in inches is 39 inches. Yeah. I'm going to need 5.4 of them. I do it 5.5. What I'll do is I'll pull it from here down, and this will be my meter measurement. I think I'm just going to go with 5. Because if I'm honest, this seems quite a lot for a little puppy. Okay, now I need to cut it, so 8 inches, and as you can see, so 8 inches because it's going to fold over and be 4. So this automatically has a fold in it, so I think I might do 4, just a smidge over 4 on this one. 8, 8 and 8. Keep going along because I don't want to waste this. I think on this one I'm just to allow for, yeah, we'll go 4 and a bit here and start, and then I'll work my way along. So let's see if I can cut through this first. I'm sorry, cat. Okay, that was best. Let's try it. Tough to get through, but I am trying to get through 216 inches folded over, so it's to be expected. I will do this and then undo it. Okay, this is the one I'm going to use. I'm going to put this to one side. This is the same. So I've still got the measurement for it, so I can still use that. Okay, so I've got that cut and we're going to... I was like, oh, there's so many layers. There's so many layers. But there's so many layers because it's the length I need it to be. So I thought initially, I was like, oh, I'll be able to open that up and thin that out. But no. So 2 ruffles. So you do 2s and there's 4 here. So we've got 1 do it. Okay, so this one I'm just going to fold up. So it was already in layers anyway. I have this in like a purpley blue as well. It's like a light blue, but the netting is bigger. Like the distance between the materials is bigger, so it's a bit harder to sew and use. Okay, now it seems so much. Seems so much, and it seems so short as well. 4 inches, that would be the length for the baby, the length of the skirt, but it just feels like that's too short. And then even with just one of these, I feel like this baby's gonna, oh okay, so no, to be all scrunched up. I think what I'm going to do is, so all the ones I've watched is you've got to put the ribbon on and you put it like matched up. I think I'm going to do it just off a little bit. Right, let's start with the first one. Let's start with the first one, then move on to the second, because this just feels that it would just be far too short. That wouldn't even cover a nappy. Even squished up, like, just wouldn't even cover a nappy. You've got to also have the elastic around that. So let's do it this way. It's okay to adapt and change sometimes. I'm just going to change the thread to match. Oh, she says as she throws it. So here's the ribbon and here's the thread, because I'm going to be sewing onto the ribbon. Let's see if this will work. Before I said I separated them, but I actually was sitting here and I was like, okay, if I do one, then how am I going to put them both together? So I need to put them both together now. Do them this way, and I'm gonna have to just take this really slowly because I'm gonna have to feed through 2 of the material and 1 ribbon. Really slow. So I will speed this up now so you guys don't have to endure it, but hopefully you can see what's going on. I've got to do it all again on the other side. Okay, so now just got to get in half to do my channel. So that would end up being 4.5, so I didn't do too badly. So now I just need to create my channel to put my elastic in. I think that I would do this wider in the future. Reach the end. Now all that's left to do is get the elastic in it. One sec. Still feels like it's too big. And let's get it through. There's no way all of this is going to fit on this. It's not even fully on yet. I think what I'm going to do, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is let this all back out. I'm going to split this in half because it's too much. Even if it was to look okay, which it doesn't, a baby's got to wear this. It's going to be so uncomfortable and so sore around their bellies. So I'm going to just pull this out and then I'm going to half it. It doesn't need to be this long. It just does not. There's no need for it. You will still have all the fluffiness. Yeah. Okay. Let's cut this in half. See where we get on. That's the beauty of this right here, is I'm trying to learn a pattern. When we learn stuff, we feel that, or when we learn, we feel we have to just show the world the polished version of it, and there isn't one. Yeah, there isn't one. We all start somewhere. So now let me find this again, and let's try this again with just the shorter. Might have to restart it. Might have to redo it all. I knew that was too much though. I don't know where those measurements have gone wrong. Okay, so before I do anything now, I need to just sew these together like I would if it was a scrunchie. So let me get this together now. And my stitching has come undone already here, so I'm just going to deal with this and then we'll scream and get excited about how gorgeous it looks. That was definitely too much. It might not look as fluffy and puffy now, but that was too much. Especially because it was for a baby. And this is more than enough, and it is just as puffy. That's a little bit cute. Okay, I'm gonna seal these because it doesn't say to do that. I've not found anywhere that does that, but I don't like this, so I'm gonna just seal this now. So I'm gonna make a little bow now, so we can stick a little bow on the front, and then other than that, it's done. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun. How cute is that? Too cute. Okay, well, I hope you can see it. I'm going to shoot off because in all honesty, I feel terrible. So I'm going to shoot off, go take some medicine, go snuggle on the sofa and chill and have some fluids, get some fluids in me. And I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully feeling much, much better. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning everyone, we're back. So I left off yesterday having made this. You might be able to see this a bit better now. I don't know how much of yesterday's video you get to see. Okay, so what I will do, this seems to be a bit more like a poly ribbon, so obviously this is not for use, this will be not for a child. And I don't know if I said it, but I'll repeat myself, the original measurements was just too much, and I could tell when I was feeding the elastic into the waistband that maybe it's just because I don't feel really closed in. Like a lot of my clothes are baggier and looser, but I could tell if I'm out of breath it's because I'm still poorly. I could just tell that it was just too much, so I cut it in half, and then I was able to understand the measurements and I can adapt it now how I want to do it. So that's what we left off with yesterday. Now to the Kack-A-Ling Marvin. No, come on then. Come on. Now to the Kack-A-Ling Sisters side of things. I all my scraps from all the other little bits and bobs because I knew that I wanted to make earrings, so even out of the tiniest of spaces. I didn't want to waste any of the wood at all. So yesterday, while I was just playing, like chilling alone, I created some earrings. So I created the Lovers tarot card earrings, I created a coffin earring and the pentagram earring, and then I tried with my, do you know what I'm going to do? I'll just take a little video. So yesterday, once I'd finished, I'd come in and I'd done the tarot lovers card, the tarot card of the lovers, and made them into earrings, but I need to frame that and I need to come back in and make the writing a bit darker. I did some coffin earrings, I did some pentagram earrings, and then I got some artwork for all of the star signs, and I do them in stickers and badges and sticky sheets. So I just pulled out the first one, Aquarius, and just sort of went through it and tried to see, but I've got to change the settings. So this is just a vase pouring water into some hands, and I've just got to come in and deal with the settings. This is, it's like a bit strong. I think it's this one. No, yeah, this one. Kind of went through a little bit. They are only thin. I wanted to use, so I've got this slightly bigger one of wood, but I wanted to use thin because I don't know if anyone else is like me, but I find earrings really heavy. So whether I'm using, it's basically just studs and sleepers I can use in my ears. Other than that, I find them really irritating and heavy. So I figured I'd try with the thin scraps. I've got a few thicker scraps, but I figured if I try with the thin scraps for now and see where I go, I can do all my little mistakes then. So today, the goal really, what I would like to do is do the little tarot card. So I've got to put a little frame and sort the writing out on that, and then maybe do the star sign ones. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with the star signs, see how I get on with that, and then move on to the tarot ones. Let's see. So this is where I left off yesterday. So I figured I wanted to save it and make sure that I remembered what I was doing, because I had a bit of night nurse last night, and anybody who's had night nurse understands. So I do need to come in on these settings and try and lighten it up a bit more. So I use this scrap bit. I've just turned the brightness setting up, so I'm gonna pop this in, just get my measurement now and try and figure out where I'm up to. Okay, looks a bit tight, so we're just gonna do the framing. I'll turn the framing up first. Yep, that's fine. Gonna do the framing because that'll tell me if it'll be in or not. Okay, saying it's out, so we're just gonna make these a tiny bit smaller. Okay, so this is the old version, so the version I did last night, and this is today's version. This was with less saturation or brightness. You could kind of still see it, but it was a bit heavy and brown. This is the next version, which you can still kind of see. The hands have come out much better. I like the hands in this one much better, but the water isn't as noticeable as this one. So I'll have to play with the settings a bit more. Alright, I'm back. You may not know, but I think I took a clip, and if I did, I'll pop that in here. I surrendered. See you tomorrow. I had to go through to the living room and just sit. I had to take some medicine and just sit down for a bit, and then I actually fell asleep. I don't normally sleep through the day, and I'm not one for medicine either, so my husband was just like, whoa. So I took some medicine, fell asleep. I think I was trying to watch the Beverly Hills Housewives of Beverly Hills, fell asleep to that. Anyway, I've woken up, I'm feeling a bit more refreshed, so I've come back in. I figured I will give it another go with doing these earrings. I think I'm going to leave I want to be able to try and get through all of them actually. I was going to say, I think I'm going to leave the zodiac star sign ones, but I want to get through them, so I'm going to do that. We are currently testing out a new camera. Well, it's not new. This is my husband's old camera. So it's his old camera that he used to use for YouTube, and it has an automatic finder, and it has automatic zoom. No, what is it called? Focus. So it should automatically focus, because I'm really bad at trying to get you to see something or trying to get it to focus on something, and then because of my ADHD, I'm already moved on, I'm already on something else, and the focus is still at the thing that I'm trying to show you, or was showing you, but I'll be over here and it's blurry. So a lot of my videos have moments like that in it. Hopefully this will take that away, where I kind of don't need to think so much about it. So I'm going to try and crack on with trying to bang out some of these earrings. I don't know if this is going to be good content or boring content, but I'll try and give it a go. So I ordered myself something. It's meant to be for Mother's Day. I ordered it for myself, for the kids to give me for Mother's Day, but it's come and I figured I'd show you. So many of you that have been here a while will see that when I do patterns and I'm cutting my material, if it's a big bit of material, I go in the kitchen and I use the kitchen dining table, and then I use like tins of soup or tins of beans to hold down and weight that material. So I ordered myself some material weights. Let's have a look. From Amazon. They are cute, so I'm looking forward to being able to use them. Right, let's try the next zodiac sign. This was the Pisces piece that I drew, so now I'm going to just find a bit of wood to get it in. These are, I'll go with this bit like before. Oh. Okay, so that turned out terrible. I think I need to go much simpler. So I think for the time being, for right this second, I'm going to just add a frame onto the Lovers tarot card and try that. Right. We changed that. Let's have a look how this goes. Might be too busy for me. Okay, so what do we think? We have this type, so we have them with the border on, or this type. Which one do you prefer? Might just try this one again, but without the fancy border and just have a normal border. Let's try that.
Dandelion dreams take flight. Glitter stars within the night. Hold my hand.
So you're going to have to let me know which one of those you prefer. I think I preferred the last ones we did. And then they would just dangle here. Likewise. I quite like them. So, do you know, they're just adorable. What I'll do is I will put the hardware on them. So we have two sets of coffins, lovers, tarot and the pentagram. And then what failed was, oh actually I'll still wait for the verdict on this one. I feel like these may have been a bit too much around the sides, a bit too heavy, and takes away the detail. With this you can see the detail a bit better, whereas this, it just takes it away. So it's there, leave your comments on which ones you prefer. So there's the set without the border at all, the set with the border but thin, just a thin border, and then the set with a fancier border that seems to take it away, the focus away. So definitely drop the comments below and let me know what you think. So they're ready. What failed is them ones thus far. Trying to do my design. This is the Aquarius ones. Gosh, they're very dark. They're not like that in real life. I'm not sure why they're showing like that. So it is a bit dark. But in this one you can see the fingers properly. A lot better anyway. So the fingernails a lot better. But the water is a bit weaker. Then we did the Pisces and that was too dark too. And if I'm honest, my brain can't work something like that out right this second. So let me know what you think. I'm definitely hoping to add this lot to the shop. I wouldn't mind adding some more of these. I'm going to think of a photo shoot. I want to do some bat ones. So I know today was a bit of a different vlog. I didn't want to put nothing up. To be honest with you, when I did this one, I was feeling rough, but I wasn't feeling too bad. It's beautiful. Do you know what? It's absolutely so cute. Talking as a mum of 4 boys, this is really cute. So I know this vlog wasn't the best vlog. When I was making the skirt, I felt poorly, but I wasn't too bad. I could still muddle through. And then today it's just been a mixture of all different things. I am gonna have to leave the vlog here and hope that it's okay. I'm absolutely in love with the tarots. I think any excuse to be able to wear my little voodoos, to be honest, is perfect. But the tarot voodoo lovers, tarot card voodoo lovers earrings are done. We have 2 sets of coffin earrings and a set of pentagram ones. I'm going to leave the vlog here and hope that I've done enough. Let me know what you think of the earrings. So we've been able to do the earrings. You saw me at the beginning of the vlog packing some orders, 2 for Kack-A-Ling Sisters, 1 for Scrunchy Bow. We were able to make the little tutu skirt for a little baby tutu, and in making that I was able to work out sizes all the way up to, what sizes did I get? Up to 2 years old. So I can make them up to 2 years old. We were able to do some earrings for Kack-A-Ling Sisters side. So all in all, it's been a busy vlog. It's just whether I can put it all together and make it look fancy. Fancy schmancy. So if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around. And all that's left to do is bid you farewell. Take care of yourself, take care of others. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you again real soon.
Woke up late again, same routine, no end, city noise, loud buzz, coffee spills, red bus.